Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Tone's Market Analysis for Thursday, August 3rd. Coming to you one day late. This show is usually on Wednesday, but we had so much content at the World Crypto Network, and most of you do follow that channel as well. So hopefully you guys were able to check out that channel. We're going to be bringing you so much content on that channel. We had an epic 8-hour stream. That was by far the biggest video we've ever done there. The following day, we followed it with a 3-hour stream, had a couple of new people on there, and everything is going great. We'll continue bringing you the morning news, and maybe we'll do something in the evenings as well. But I do want to keep this show going. So here we are. We're going to talk about the market analysis once again. My website still sits from the last time I updated July 11th. I will try and do some updates this weekend. The calendar has partially been updated. I will talk about my speaking schedule in between. We're going to have a couple of more people joining us. I'm at 150 live viewers. So I don't normally say share and hit the like button, but it does help trend the video. I realized this when the World Crypto Network was trading as the #1 tech live YouTube video yesterday, and prior to that, our 8-hour live stream was the 3rd most popular YouTube live stream in the world just the other day. So we are doing great things. I'm going to jump right into the traditional markets. I know a lot of people don't care about the traditional markets. I do want to get them out of the way. This is a show I also use for these traditional markets, so I can at least keep an eye on what's going on as I'm always looking at crypto. I have been saying for over a year that we are not at the all-time high. The closest we came to being at an all-time high was right here at the end of February. But once we came back, once we start, sitting around the all-time high for weeks at a time, it basically becomes a move back to the upside. So once again, we had this 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the 5th time, I am going to take this box right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to shrink it a little bit because we have no idea how long this is going to last. I'm going to take this text that belongs next to that box. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to stick that right on top. Once again, we've now had multiple weeks to exit at the very top, and this straight up tells me that this is not the all-time high, and we are going higher. I called a little bit of a pullback, then back to the upside. I'm going to take this green arrow, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it right in, okay? So at some point, we are going to break out. I don't know how long this boring period is going to last, probably towards the end of August, because this is when a lot of traders go on vacation. Just to make sure nothing is being missed, I'm going to throw on the numerical indicator, and I have great news. Thanks to my followers, and we did have people that have spent a lot of time working on the code. The code has been greatly improved, and I now have, so thank you, Joachim, for working on this code. There's just a couple of finishing touches that we need to put on. We're going to change a few of the colors, but this is exactly how I wanted the code to work. It shows you historically the major days. It shows you the 9s and the 13s historically, so that you know what happened, and it just shows you the last 13 numbers, so you kind of know what's going on. We had a 9, we had a 13, and now we're in a no trade zone, okay? So this indicator, just like my box, I didn't even know what this indicator is going to say. This indicator is telling me that on the daily candles, you need to be in cash, okay? I still need to double and triple check the math of the indicator. If the math checks out, this is it. This will be the final version. So if you have already been a private client of mine that was interested in this code, please don't email me today. I am just so swamped this week. But next week, definitely, shoot me an email, or even better, connect with me on Skype, and I will happily send you the updated code. But wait one more show when I know for a fact that the code is good. I don't want to have to send out the updated code multiple times. So there's a couple of things I need to check, but I think this code is near completion, and it's now working good. All of the bugs have been worked out. One new bug was introduced, but you'll see it. It's just this blue line across the screen. Just makes no sense. It's a trading view bug. Hopefully they'll get rid of it soon. All right. So not much else to see here. We're going to probably stay in this up and down zone and then go up from there. Okay, here's the weekly S&P 500. Again, this arrow to the upside is fully drawn, is just not even visible by the actual price action. I have been very bullish on the S&P 500. I have been too busy to log into my retirement account, but that's because I'm also an idiot. My retirement account should be 100% equity. I am no bonds, no precious metals, no nothing. I am very bullish the stock market. My self-directed 401k, which I actively trade during earnings season. Earnings season is coming to an end. I need to flip this thing into the S&P 500 as soon as possible because I for one am very bullish, and I think we're only going higher. Glancing at the indicator just to make sure nothing is really being missed. I'm already using my new version. Hopefully I don't spot any more bugs, and they've all been worked out. We did have a potential 13.9 sell. This 13 is over. We are now working on a new 13 count coming from either this 9 or that 9. Yeah, we're only displaying the last several numbers and the 13s themselves. Okay, those that have been private clients of mine already are more familiar with this indicator and how I look to trade it. Okay, so looking to see if we missed anything on the weekly chart, this 9.13.9 was a huge caution flag. As you can see, we did have a 3-week or a 3-candle pullback, and then we went higher. This was your signal to go to cash. This was you stay in cash. This was you stay in cash. And as of 2 weeks ago, as of sometime during the week of 7/17, this indicator told you to go long, and you are still long. We did have a doji candle right here. So if you ignore this indicator and you don't know it exists, you had a textbook doji. This doji does tell you to go short, but only if the next candle starts trading below the doji. If the next candle is another doji, then the pattern repeats. If the next candle gives you a higher high and it is not a reversal candle, this candle is totally irrelevant, and this doji has nothing to do with the reversal. A doji is only a reversal when it does have the intraday high and the following candle starts trading below the doji. That's your indicator to sell. Otherwise, this doji at the very top with the all-time high is not a sell trigger. All right, let's close the S&P 500. Let's jump to gold. Let's see if gold is topping right here. Okay, this is gold on the daily chart. And look, we had 1, 2 dojis in a row. And in this case, if you ignore the numerical indicator, if you ignore everything, well, you shouldn't ignore everything, right? We had a lower low, and now it looks like we have a lower high, and the price is starting to turn and reverse. Now, the RSI continues to show you a lower high, and I would need to scrunch this down and maybe raise this up a little bit. Anything interesting going on in the MACD? Well, if I just, adjust the MACD right here, let's see if the MACD will turn. The MACD is partially above, but we don't know what's going to happen yet. It's still in this channel. Let's go back down. So the MACD can still go down. We know the RSI is going down, and we know this is clearly a lower high. We had divergence prior. So now if we zoom in and look at the candles, and I pay attention to the candles, guys. Candles are important. you had a clear doji. You had a doji here, and the next candle did trade below the doji, telling you that there was a potential short trade, but the 50-day moving average was able to provide good support. At this time, we are much higher above the 50-day moving average, so you have a lot more room to play the short side. And even if it bounces off the 50-day moving average, this does not have to be a losing trade. This doji was not a sell signal because the following candle did not trade below the low of the doji. That's how you trade these candles. This is more of an educational channel, guys. This isn't like follow the leader. You had a hammer slash doji right here, which was perfect. The moment the next candle started trading above this candle, this was a cue for you to trade higher. All right. So what do we see here? So that's about it. So there was a short trade on the table using candles right here at around 1265. I don't know if the high came after or before, but you let the candle play out. You now have two dojis. You can actually double down below this doji, which didn't happen. But today we traded way lower. So they're still looking at candles, looking at momentum. There is a bearish trade on the table. Let's take a look at the numerical indicator, the new and improved numerical indicator. There was a 9 sell that followed this doji, so there were indications for you to go short. There was a 9 buy right here with this green arrow, which was perfect right off the doji. I love it when you get a 9 and a reversal candle and all of these things line up. It's just like you have all these different types of traders looking at it. Now, this is interesting right here. The 9 never even pulled back the price. So even if you took your bullish profits off of this 9 and considered going short, the indicator never told you to go short. The number stayed green, and you could have gone long right here at the top of the 2. Now we're working on a red 1. If the day closes with a red 1, the daily, according to this indicator, the daily chart of gold tells you to go into cash. It is no longer bullish yet, but it is not yet bearish. But according to the candles, it has already gone bearish. Let's take a look at the weekly. We did close once again above this trend line. This trend line goes all the way from the all-time high. We've been head faked before at the last high. This high is coming in lower. Yes, it's above the trend line, but it's below the Fibonacci line. Let's see how this week finishes. We still have 2 more days or 1 more day in the week. So it looks like it will end on a reversal weekly candle. Your momentum indicators are still trending down. I remain more bearish gold on the weekly chart than I am bullish, even though I am conscious of the fact that we are trading above this trend line. Taking a look at the new and improved numerical indicator. Let's see here, where it go. All right, anything to see here? Well, there was a short trade right here off the 2. I'll zoom in some more. There was a short trade, or at least take your profit. It depends how you trade the 9s. Right here off this 9, that would have worked out well short term, but these are weekly candles. There was a bad head fake right here. This indicator would have told you to go long, and you kind of would have gotten crushed for a week and a half. It then told you to go into cash. It then told you to go short right here at 1250. And if you didn't take your profits because you were pretty good in the green on the short trade, it told you to go back into cash once it broke above the trend line. And right now, according to the numerical indicator, it did tell you to go long. So the weekly gold is throwing you mixed signals all over the place. I would not trade it, but I am leaning bearish. Oil, there's not really much to see. I should just clone this candle and make it a little bit smaller, mostly because I'm now at the top of this declining trend line, and I would be looking for prices to pull back. That's pretty much it. This inverse head and shoulders has come and gone, did not materialize. If this is a reversal candle, it can actually lead to something. Looking at the new indicator, let's see if there's any 9s or 13s that we need to worry about that could potentially means something, and there aren't. If I zoom in, this weekly chart, and I haven't looked at the daily chart of oil in a long time, but the weekly chart here on the 2 is telling me to like trust in the long trade if I'm only using this indicator and ignoring all other metrics, okay? So again, some mixed signals on oil. I am still leaning bearish, but you never know. All right, done with oil. Gotta start saving these things. All right, the euro remains resilient and going up. To be honest with you guys, I have no idea why. I have not had time to look at the European geopolitics. All I can do is stick to my technicals. This week will close above the 200-day moving average. The euro is insanely extended. I mean, the weekly RSI is the highest it's been in probably forever. You have to go all the way back to like 2007. So this is getting way out of control. I think it's way overextended. All metrics are pointing to it. It got there way earlier than I expected. I'm still expecting a complete collapse of the euro. I do need to pay attention to the geopolitics a little bit more, but there's only so much time in a day. And I haven't gotten back to the 5 interns that have emailed me along with other connects to colleges. This has just been an insane week with the hard fork. Again, just glancing at the numerical indicator, making sure there isn't a 9 or an 8 this week, or a price flip. Well, it's not going to be a price flip, but a 9 or an 8 will catch my attention. I guess it's still computing. There's a lot of, this is a weekly chart with a lot of data. This is that trading view bug I was talking about. No idea why that's coming. When you will need to talk to TradingView and see what's going on. All right, so the numerical indicator is on a 7. It did tell you if you only traded the numerical indicator, it would have told you to go long the euro right around 1.124. To be more specific, it would have told you to go long the euro at 1.11923. Okay, right there. I can't really move the mouse, but once we went higher than the weekly high here on this candle, if I zoom in some more, you'll probably be able to see it. This was a very nice 9 buy. It did take a while to develop, but that was a nice buy off the low. And this indicator would have told you to start taking your profits from your short and looking for low, potentially looking for longs. You would have gone long right there. You would still be in the long trade. This week is not a reversal candle. So if I was in this trade, if I only traded this numerical indicator, I would still be in this trade going into next week. I would not be scared. I would remain long the euro, though geopolitically, I'm not sure what's going on, and I would always be scared of the euro. All right, let's close that. All right, Bitcoin. I'm now up to 380 viewers. I think I got through the traditional markets relatively quickly. I just want to take this little break to inform you guys of my travel schedule. My travel schedule is posted on my website. So if you go to my website, you will see my travel schedule. I'm not going to be at all of these places. I'm not sure what this Ukraine thing is, but and I'm definitely not going to be at this trading show. I just haven't removed them from my calendar, but I will be at the other events. And I just wanted to, I do have a website where I wanted, nope, that's not it, where I wanted to go through those events. So here we go. So on August 14th, I will be in Toronto. I believe I will be on one of the panels. Oh, and there I am. All right, good. They added me to the picture. Might be difficult for you guys to see, but I'm right there on their flyer. This is a Bitcoin Ethereum showdown over in Toronto. It's going to be an awesome event. It will take place Monday, August 14th. Go to the meetup. I believe there is still some room. Sunny Ray, great organizer. I need to inform my friends in Toronto. I have not had a chance yet. I know a couple of people always offer me a place to stay. So I haven't reached out to you guys yet. Some of you may be watching, so you know who you are. I'm going to get on that before the weekend's over. Right after that, I'm going to shoot over to St. Petersburg, Russia. Ha, ha, ha. I love it. Look at this. Oh, I don't know who. Oh, next speaker. So right there, I am now officially an ICO expert. I love it. I don't know about you guys. This will be an awesome event. I can't wait to speak at this event. It's the ICO Hypeton. So it should be very, very interesting. 16th and 17th in St. Petersburg. I don't land in St. Petersburg till the like around 11 a.m. on the 16th. I'll probably be jet lagged, but it doesn't matter. I'm all hyped up on Bitcoin right now anyway. So this will be fun. I've never been to St. Petersburg, Russia, so it'll be great. After that, I shoot straight back to New York, and I will be speaking at FinTech Week, August 21st to 25th. So if you are in New York, I'm pretty sure I'm speaking on the first day of the event because it has to do with blockchain. Maybe they'll be kind enough and stick me in somewhere else. I have not had time to promote any of these events that I'm going to speak at, but I will be back in New York to speak at that event. And then in September, I'm off to Europe. I still don't know exactly which countries, but I am supposed to be a speaker at Finance 2.0. I'm not sure if I'm on the calendar yet. On their website, but this would be in Zurich. There is the following day, there is some other ICO event in Zurich. I haven't reached out to them yet, but I may not, even if they want me as a speaker, which they shouldn't, I'll probably won't make it because I'm going to be in a rush to get to the blockchain hotel in Germany, where there is also I believe it's a 2-day event, and I'll probably be staying at this hotel. It looks like a lot of fun, and I think that's it. I was officially added to. I just glanced at some other events going on in Europe while I'm there, because between this event in Germany, my next event is in Prague, and that's the Parallelist Police event. And there I am. I love the picture, guys. Thank you very much. I don't think this picture will ever go away. And I will be a speaker at this event. I've never met Amir Taki. That's going to be really interesting. I've met Giacomo Zucco, great guy. Of course, I've met Pamela Morgan several times. So there's lots of people here I'm looking forward to meeting. And I know Slush will be there, and it'll be a really good event. I'm really looking forward to it. I have not spoken at the Hackers Congress before. Hopefully I'll meet these guys. I'm sure they have amazing stories. But yeah, so that's pretty much my travel schedule. One other thing I wanted to mention before I jump onto Bitcoin, and I know everyone's waiting for Bitcoin. I'm not sponsored by anyone, so no one actually pays me, but I wanted to just put together this graphic. These are the affiliate codes I've added to the description of my video. I'm not officially affiliated with any of them, but I recently reached out to TradingView because I've been using their service for over 3 years. I'm not sure why this says joined 3 years ago. I think they only update by the year. I thought it was 4+. So I've been with TradingView from almost the very beginning. I love their service. I just reached out to them the other day asking them, hey, do you guys have an affiliate program? Because, I mean, I probably brought like 100 people to use your charting software, and that's all I use. And they're like, well, of course we do. And I had no idea. So I just signed up for their affiliate program. It's not going to cost you guys anything extra, but instead of paying for your subscription and all the money goes to them, a percentage of it would go to me. So that's one way you can support my channel if you don't have the ability to donate. And you don't have to donate. Again, I'm a trader, kind of, and I am a consultant. But that's one way to do it if they're going to kick it back. Now, I always like the affiliate codes where I get to decide how much do I want back and how much do I want to offer people that use the affiliate code. And I've asked TradingView to give me that option. And then I would be able to give my followers discounts that are coming out of my own the money that they're paying from that subscription. Also, Crypto HW Wallet. They sell Trezors, ledgers, keep keys. They're pretty good. I mean, I met Joseph, the CEO, hung out with him in LA. And look, the founder of Elena, the founder of Satoshi Labs, and the CEO of Ledger, they're also, they have testimonials that they approve of this reseller. So definitely check it out. In case some of you are thinking, is this Elena's phone number? No, just like you, unfortunately, it is not. Joseph however, is a very nice guy and almost as pretty as Elena. So if you reach out, do tell him I say hi. Also, Cryptomatic, Lewis over at Cryptomatic, that watch right there and that hand is actually mine. I remember when this picture was taken in Hong Kong. The Crypto Mat, which is the what you see above, is actually sold out. His second edition is up for pre-sale now. I think the production begins in September. I already prepaid for mine. I am definitely getting version 2. The first version is sold out. I'm pretty confident that he will make good, and these watches are going to be awesome. And all these links are in my description. The Magic Money, which is the documentary I was in, there is a discount code if you're going to purchase it from Venmo. And One Broker is where I throw on my little trades. When I want to use Bitcoin, I want to trade gold, and I just want to use Bitcoin in a swap contract, I use One Broker, and there is an affiliate code for that. I believe that may give you guys a discount. I'm not sure. I know if you use my discount code on the watch, it will definitely give you a discount. If you use my affiliate code on crypto HW, it'll give you guys a discount code. All right. Sorry, that was kind of like my promotional thing, but I did want to point out that all those descriptions are in my video. All right. Back to Bitcoin, the one you've all been waiting for. So here we go. Here's the weekly chart of Bitcoin, and we got a couple of dojis in a row. These dojis aren't bothering me. The reason why these dojis aren't bothering me is because they did not happen at the very height of Bitcoin. You guys know my rule. Double tops are meant to be broken. I see these dojis as more of a double tops. Just like in the beginning of the video, I drew that box around the S&P 500 all-time high. And I said, well, if we're going to hang around here, it's not going to be the all-time high, and we're going to bust out higher. That's exactly what I see from the weekly numbers of Bitcoin. Throwing on the numerical indicator. Oh, this is the full one. Okay, I was going to go. That's okay. We can stay with the full one. I have like two of them, the full one and the latest one. There was a TD9 sell right there, which was pretty interesting, and it did. I did call it out in real time, and right here we have we still on a bullish signal. That's a 3, and it's still a bullish signal. So I would not be too worried. If you had no idea there was a hard fork and you were only trading the numbers, you would still be bullish on your weekly trade. Taking a look at the daily, and I'm already zoomed in. So I'm just going to stay here. I'm not going to zoom out. Please go to prior videos to see where these lines are coming from. So on the daily chart, however, this indicator is telling me to be cautious and be in cash. We are not yet on a bullish signal, and we were never on a bearish signal. So we have been in cash the last 3 days after the indicator told you to go long on 7/31. So if tomorrow we start trading above today's high, it will once again be bullish and kind of tell me that people should be going long. Okay, where do we want to go next? Do we want to go to Litecoin, or do we want to go to the BCash side of things? You know what? Let's go to Litecoin. Is this my Litecoin? This is my Litecoin daily. All right, so I had to switch to all new charts because BTCE has disappeared. I don't have any drawings on these charts. So all I'm going to quickly do is I am going to throw out the numerical indicator. And see what we got. Yeah, see, this is one of those. This is the bug. You see the blue lines? Ignore those. That's a bug. That's not even the code bug. That looks like a trading view bug, but we'll deal with that. All right. So there was a 9 sell right here. There was a less strong 9 sell right there. And right now we're in no man's land. So on the daily Litecoin versus Bitcoin chart, we were bearish as of this 2. We are now neutral and fully in cash. The numbers are going green, but there was no buy trigger. So the daily is totally neutral. Here is, what is this? Guess I went a little too far here. This is not it either. What's going on here? Here we go. Here is the weekly Litecoin. Again, all of my drawings have disappeared. I have not had time to do it. I'm not going to do it on this show right now. I do want to get back to the situation in Bitcoin. Let's go to my scripts, and here we go. Okay. Boom. On the weekly, there was a 9 sell right there telling you to be cautious. We had a 1, 2, 3, almost a 4 candle pullback, and boom, we went higher. It called you to go long right there. We had a bad week, and then told you to go back into cash. As of this week, this too started trading below the 1. So there is actually a bearish long-term Litecoin trade on the table. I would not be very optimistic Litecoin right now. I think I've been saying it for a week and a half now. If you were hedging your Bitcoin bet with Litecoin, it was time to stop doing that trade. And this week's weekly candle did indicate that you should now be short Litecoin. But we'll see what happens going forward. All right. And finally, Monero. Monero has kind of fallen out of this triangle. I was expecting Monero to bounce because of the hype over Bitcoin not being anonymous, and I'm going to mention that in a second as well. But we did fall out of the triangle. This target will probably not be reached. Just in case, let's take a look at the indicator and see what we got. The indicator is on a short trade. I'm sure I mentioned it last time, but it's conflicting. It was conflicting with the triangle. It's still somewhat conflicting with the triangle because the 50-week moving average is holding it up. But if you look at this number 2 right here, the indicator did tell you to go short, and you should remain short as long as that's a 5, looking for a 6, 7, 8, 9. And then on a 9, you would look to take your profit. It's also interesting, this giant weekly candle was a 13, telling you that the good times are likely coming to an end, and they pretty much were. Okay, so let's let's get back to this. Let's get back to this BCash thing. So I have a couple of charts because they are available on TradingView. Other than that, I am going to go to the exchanges directly. So I'm not sure this indicator is going to be very, very good. On these, I also have no idea what time frame is optimal. And what's happening right now is there's really only one exchange where everyone is sending their BCash. And the moment they send it there, they immediately sell it. So every time a block is mined, more and more people have the ability to sell BCash for actual Bitcoin, and they're taking this opportunity. So you want to watch, and the moment the block is found, boom, there's all the selling pressure going on. And I'm not really sure how to take advantage of that, but knowing the information is half the battle. Okay, so this happens to be the 30-minute chart on Kraken, and because Kraken is not allowing BCH or BCC or BCS, as I like to call it, that stands for Bitcoin Cash Scam, as long as they are not allowing deposits, it's not true price discovery. But there was, on this 30-minute chart, according to my indicator, not my indicator, but the indicator that I like to use, is there was a caution flag right here saying that if you had shorted right here at the 9 a.m. mark, at least for me here in New York, this would have been the time to take your profit, and this right here on number 2 would have been the time to go back in short. Okay, let's take a look at another exchange. This is Bitfinex, which is another exchange that is not accepting BCH, BCC, or BCS deposits. And I'm not sure if this is now a 15-minute chart. I'm not sure if this indicator is useful or relevant, but it doesn't hurt flipping it on. And if you do use it, it told you that right here is the time to exit your short trade and potentially look for a bullish trade. All of these flippings kept telling you to stay in cash. This might have told you to go short, but it immediately told you to go back to cash. And it's been, cash, 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 cash. And as of this 30-minute candle, it did tell you to go long, but that's only if you're trading this indicator exclusively. All right, that's all I have from the TradingView side. I can jump to this. Nope, where am I jumping to here? I can jump to this right here, and I can talk about the situation in general. All right, so this is a chart. This is via BTC, who I really like to look at. This was over 215 at one point a day or two ago. I don't remember. This has been like a giant live stream for me the last 48 hours. As this number ticks down, it's bad for BCash. As this number ticks up, it's good for BCash. So let's see where this actually goes. Looking at the price on VIA BTC, which I believe do not allow you to input to deposit BCash, which is kind of insane. The price seems to be in line. I'm not sure if this is updating because this picture looks the same to me as it did a while back. So let me see if I can update it right now. I'm not really sure. Look, if you can't deposit your BCH into the exchange, then the price discovery on that exchange are virtually useless. Like, for example, here is Nova Exchange, which continues to trade at double the price of exchanges that allow you to deposit BCH. And Nova Exchange is not a very liquid exchange at all, so they had very little BCH there to begin with before the fork. And they are still downloading their BCH full node so that they can allow people to deposit their BCH that they've split on their own. But the price doesn't seem to be going anywhere these days. A lot of these sites are also like not reacting very well. Here's the mining. I mean, the mining reward has dropped significantly, and there is fairly consistent mining going on, at least 1 block per hour, which is not too bad. But the decentralization of who's actually mining these blocks is pretty lacking, okay? And once again, the Bitcoin, the BCash is now in 3rd place by market cap, and there is a lot going on there, okay? So first of all, the circulating supply is grossly inaccurate, okay? Because for starters, people that had their Bitcoin on a Trezor, which is a huge quantity of people, never actually got their BCH out. People that left their Bitcoin on both Poloniex and Coinbase were never awarded their BCash. Now, I criticized that move. Like I said, as much as I hate BCash personally and what it stands for and what it does, I am still gonna, advise people and companies with an honest opinion. And I always called Coinbase as a dumb move by not crediting people their BCash, and Poloniex has joined them in that. So I thought that was very dumb, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is a class action lawsuit against these guys, okay? I mean, I never had any Bitcoin on Coinbase, so I will not be participating in that class action lawsuit. So the circulating supply is grossly inaccurate, not to mention only 1 or 2 exchanges are even accepting Bitcoin Cash, and most people have not even split them on their own. I attempted to split some Bitcoin just as an experiment to see how it goes. I downloaded that Electron clone, and I had Bitcoin. I had some Bitcoin in an Airbitz wallet, so that was very interesting. Being able to pull out my private keys from Airbitz. It wasn't the simplest process in the world, but I was able to get it done, and it took me a month to set up a miner. So last night I was able to pull it off, and the process was fairly successful. I would recommend to everyone, before you put your private keys on Electron wallet, make sure you first move those Bitcoins somewhere else. Now, you want those Bitcoins sitting in your Airbitz wallet as you identify your private keys. But before you actually publish those private keys to the BCash blockchain, remove your Bitcoin from that Airbitz wallet, hopefully to another Airbitz wallet. Like I said, guys, to be honest, I really like Airbitz wallet. I should ask Paul for an affiliate code there, okay? But I promote that one at no charge. It is my favorite on-the-go wallet to use, okay? And I was able to pull some BCash out of it, okay? Maybe one day I'll tell you what I did with it. But for now, I will say that if you do it properly, if you do it safely, your Bitcoin will never be at risk with this Electrum clone, and your BCash will only be at risk for one confirmation, just one. because once it has one confirmation in Electrum Cash wallet, you can immediately then move it to an exchange and go to town once you get a couple of confirmations. All right. Again, this is just a quick update on the blocks. They are grossly behind the Bitcoin blockchain. Here is the one exchange that is trading fairly liquid, and it's now at 0.13. So it looks like it's a high for the morning, and that's HitBTC. I had no idea it had rebounded that high, and it kind of makes sense because when a block isn't mined for a longer period of time, liquidity just dries up and the price goes up. When these two blocks got mined back to back, there was double the liquidity just dropping it. When when 3 blocks got mined in a span of 30 minutes, there was huge selling on HitBTC. So when I remember, I was watching this like a hawk. When these 4 got mined near each other, there was just so much liquidity coming in because people are waiting for 2 confirmations on HitBTC in order to dump their BCash for some actual Bitcoin. So you have to keep that in mind. Again, by looking at the price of Bittrex, I mean, it's not as high. This is a 30-minute chart. It's not as high as it was the last time I looked at it, but the fact that it's still like 50% higher than HitBTC tells me that there's no way they're accepting BCash deposits unless you maybe after 6 confirmations, 10 confirmations, I have no idea. But HitBTC is definitely taking a risk on allowing trading with only 2 confirmations. But hey, those that are trading there get to benefit. I have absolutely no clue what Poloniex is up to. I mean, it's going to be a catch-22, right? I mean, they did not believe in BCash, so they're probably very hesitant about adding it as a trading pair, because if they add it as a trading pair, they become more liable for not giving people their BCash. But it's never too late. I mean, they have those private keys. They can still go and split them. I don't see a problem. If I was able to split my coins that I had sitting on Airbit's wallet, I can't really do much about my Bitcoin that's sitting on a Trezor, but the Bitcoin that I had sitting on an Airbit's wallet, I was able to, get the BCH out of those. So I don't see why Poloniex can't do it unless Poloniex has them sitting on a Trezor and they're just not ready yet, or Poloniex has them sitting in Coinbase. Who the hell knows, right? So it's like chicken and egg situation over there. So also it doesn't seem to be working very well, so I can't even tell you what markets they're actually trading. All right. Oh boy, here's the update on mining. Antpool is going down to 19.4%, which is beautiful to me. BTC.com is an Antpool and Bitmain subsidiary, as far as I understand. I have no idea what BTC Top is. F2 Pool I'm familiar with. Bixen is something I believe we all like. BTCC Pool at number 7 right here. That looks like Bobby Lee's pool over at BTC China. I don't really have a problem with them. I have a slight problem with the Big Club network. Probably deserves a crypto scam episode I don't have time for. Via BTC is, of course, one of my is probably above Bitmain is the companies I dislike the most. Bitfury is I don't know. I mean, I love them and sometimes they frustrate me. So can go either way. Really not too happy about Slush being 3.9% because that's where I'm mining. In case people are wondering what I'm mining with a single Avalon miner from Canon. I was not going to give Bitmain any of my money or Bitcoin. Again, here's coin market cap, and we've made it above Ripple. That's not saying much. Ripple shouldn't even be on this list. As much as it pains me to say it, the BCash might be the 4th most responsible crypto project or crypto coin or token or ICO. If I had to rank them, I would put Bitcoin number 1, Litecoin number 2, Monero number 3, and probably BCash number 4. I don't really have anything else that I have any sort of confidence in, and not that I have confidence in BCash, but I mean the basis of the BCash code is basically a clone of Bitcoin core development. So there's some security to be said there. Will the mining continue? I have no idea. Hopefully not. There are other good things that will come with Bitcoin Cash. I'm starting to, I mean, look, as much as I wanted it to go to $5, it probably won't. I mean, if I'm lucky, it will. But even if it doesn't, and I was totally wrong on that call, and people can make fun of me on that call, they are BCash. They're, fake Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash scam. They're not Bitcoin. So I did say that I was going to leave the crypto space if I had to explain to Bitcoin to people. I don't believe this to be the case yet. If that does turn out to be the case, then I will either be a hypocrite or you guys will have some fire ammo against me. We'll see where that one goes. For now, I am not quitting the crypto space yet. I see BCash, whatever the hell, they can't even get their ticker straight. It's a complete and utter clown show. But here's the best that can actually come out of it. First of all, if this clown show is viable going into October, I will be laughing at the New York agreement signers that are going to want to, fork the actual Bitcoin into this garbage, because we're going to tell them they have 5% hash power. You try to fork us into a 2x hard fork. That's what we're going to have. We're just going to have a third freaking a second scam coin. And it makes no freaking sense. And if you want your big block so much, why don't you go to BCash and ask them to add SegWit? Okay, so we can just dump all of the stupid right onto BCash that want bigger blocks. On the flip side, if BCash actually dies, which I'm still hoping it will, then the big blockers come November, October will have no leg to stand on in order to try and convince the real Bitcoin that they need to, kill their coin like BCash did, okay? So there's lots of positives that can be drawn from this, and all of them continue to lead to a higher price of Bitcoin. So I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm as optimistic as I've ever been. It's also possible that this BCash garbage has just created a whole new paradigm of how to create altcoins and ICOs. Everyone is going to want to clone a current coin because it kind of avoids them from creating a security. But you have to make sure you're not cloning a security. So if you're going to try to clone Ethereum, you're a complete moron, because Ethereum is a security, but Bitcoin is not a security. So therefore, cloning Bitcoin could create a problem for the SEC, calling you out on creating a security. And this could be the new paradigm. I know a bunch of people sold their shit coins in order to buy Bitcoin so they can move it to via BTC, so they can move it to Kraken, so they can have the actual BCash the moment it starts trading. And for the life of me, I just don't understand why people on Nova Exchange were not selling this insanity when it was trading at like 0.3 Bitcoins, okay? But right now, you can easily, with 2 confirmations, you can go to hit BTC and you can get 13% on your Bitcoin, which, and it looks like it wants to go higher. So good luck to you traders. I'll let you guys do it. I'm just gonna be the Monday morning quarterback and talk about it. I was kind of hoping that enough hash rate would migrate to this scam, so that the lock-in threshold would move into August 11th, or perhaps this isn't being updated. So it's possible August 11th would be a bit of a dud. Maybe I scammed everyone, including myself, calling for the August 11th date to be the most important date in Bitcoin's history. Saying it 3 years prior, I think I came close. We'll see how much slack the trolls give me, how much rope the trolls give me. Do I have anything else interesting? Yes. A paper by Bitfury. Please go and check it out. I'm not sure if it's in the description of the video. I really need to add it. It's a 2015 paper talking about what happens to your network when the blocks get increased. And it talks about all these warnings, most critical of which is the block verification time, also referred to as the propagation time. And the Great Firewall of China is not helping matters. So so when your blocks are 8 megabytes deep, it will take an extra almost 2 extra seconds, or sorry, 1.5 seconds. They're not using 60-second decimals. So it will be 1.5 seconds longer for the rest of the world to verify your block, giving the biggest miners an advantage. And if the blocks go to 32, it becomes a much bigger advantage. It looks like the Bitcoin blockchain is working fine. We had a block 12 minutes ago, 13 minutes ago, 16 minutes ago, and then there was a 1 minute time between these two blocks. The mempool is fairly empty, so this is a great time to consolidate your Bitcoins and pull the BCash out of it and just go and sell it. I mean, you guys do whatever you want, but you guys can take a guess what I did with a few of my Satoshis. I don't know, what do you call them? B-Soshis? I don't know. What do you call Satoshis on the fake Bitcoin side? Fake Satoshi for the 0.0000001 BCH. So maybe someone can come up with a clever name. And look how long it's been since the last block was mined. They are pushing it above a 1 megabyte block now. I guess the difficulty has been resetting, but now it's taking its sweet time to find the next block, and their mempool is starting to fill up. All right, guys, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Please continue watching us on the World Crypto Network. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing what we've done there over the last few days. I mean, we crossed 60,000 views right here with this live stream. I know 8 hours is not something anyone is going to watch if it's not live, but we will try to do more live streams for you, and we will try to do more Q&A and more interactive shows. Today's morning show, today in Bitcoin is already at 5,000. Yesterday morning, this was our 2.5 hours. We were joined by Richard Hart. People love him, people hate him, but I thought he was great, even though I did cut out for the second half of that live stream. So please check us out on the World Crypto Network and support maybe I shouldn't go too far saying unbiased, but at least, unmanipulated. Okay, no one pays us. We're here for you. We work for your donations. We may have a sponsor or two in the future, who knows? But right now we are just strictly donations only and YouTube ad revenue. So we have our own opinions. You can call us impartial. You can call us, Bitcoin Maximus, whatever you like. But we are not bought and paid for like most other mainstream media. Okay. On this note, thank you, Rich, for being in the chat. And I will now get to your live Q&A. I'm going to drop screen share. I'm not even sure how long this video has been on. I have not been keeping track. I'm probably coming up on an hour. Let's see how many of your questions I can get to. I see Rich already has some. I will be monetizing this channel only because it just makes sense. And if I don't monetize it, my live streams will not be promoted by YouTube. That seems to be the consensus of most people, and why some people do end up monetizing just so more people will see them, and it does make sense. I have no idea how long that takes. I have no idea what that process is. So we'll all watch and get there together. All right, let me get to some of your questions. Question: if approved, how will CBOE Bitcoin futures trading affect Bitcoin's price? There'll be probably a little more manipulation, a little more Wall Street involvement. What you should really worry about is options, not futures. Options are a significantly higher leveraged instrument, which can create insanely more gains than futures. I would be more interested in finding out the option side of things than the future side of things. This is a much longer discussion. And when this news breaks of CBOE, or I believe it already broke, we do need to cover it in detail. I will try to get a bigger futures expert on it to talk about it with me. because even though I've traded futures for years and I've traded options for over a decade, there are bigger experts on the macro side of things. I consider myself an expert in the option space, but on the micro side of things, I arbitrage stuff a hedge fund wouldn't even think about because it's not liquid enough for them. But I can do it as a small shop. All right, next. What happens to Polo? I don't know, but let me tell you this. When pressure builds, just look at Cryptsy. When pressure builds and Bitcoiners are coming after these exchanges with pitchforks, the logical thing to do is to take the Bitcoin and run. And that's what Paul Vernon did, aka Big Vern, CEO of Cryptsy. When the heat started to build, he stole that Bitcoin and ran. So if you guys push, I mean, it's that it's probably not going to happen to Coinbase. I don't see Brian Armstrong stealing the Bitcoin and running. I do not see that happening. This is not FUD. I do not see that happening in Coinbase. I believe they have a very high security cold storage, which is why it took you forever to get your damn coins out when they weren't going to split it for you. I am not as confident about Polo. Polo is way closer to Cryptsy than Coinbase is, even though we make fun of Coinbase for being Cryptsy. Now, if the heat gets too hot on Polo, I would personally be nervous that they are more likely to take the money and run, just like Cryptsy and potentially BTCE. BTCE took the money and ran to get away from the feds, and they're still saying they will give that money back. So until they do, you still have something to worry about. So Polo is way closer to them than they are to Coinbase. So be careful, right? If you have a bunch of money sitting on Polo, it is not to your advantage to go and sue Polo, because you may lose the money that's sitting on there. Just a warning, guys. Where will BCH be buried? I honestly have no idea. I haven't had time to think about it. Feel free to make fun of me for saying it would be $5 by now, but I definitely had several bad assumptions. All right, next. You said everyone should ignore BCC, including exchanges. Now you think Coinbase should be held liable. What changed your mind? No, if you go back to the old videos, I was very critical of Coinbase for saying they were not going to give people their right to BCH. I even have tweets about it. So that question is inaccurate. I was telling people they should ignore BCC, but as a responsible exchange operator, it is your duty to split these coins. If you do not, and yes, you may have to do it for shit coins too. You may need dedicated technology people to split these freaking coins every day if this becomes the new business model. I'm sorry to break it to you. When you start a business in uncharted territory, you end up being responsible for other people's Bitcoin. And I was critical of Coinbase for not giving people their shitcoin, even though I was calling it a shitcoin. So no, that question is inaccurate. You can go back to the old videos. You can go back to my Twitter, and you'll clearly hear me say that. Okay, next. Why don't you enable Super Chat? I'm trying, guys. You don't just turn on ads. I have submitted my resume and my qualifications to YouTube to monetize the channel. I am waiting for their approval. I was hoping they would. I thought this would be instant, and I do have enough views to qualify, but I guess they have to review the channels manually. So I have not yet gotten approval to create a super chat. You get that approval once your YouTube channel qualifies for ads. And if you don't want to see the ads, there is YouTube Red. I personally have not yet signed up for YouTube Red. And lately, the only videos I've been watching are the World Crypto Network YouTube videos. And because I am an admin of that channel with my channel, I don't actually see any of the ads. I guess that's one of the advantages of being an admin. The World Crypto Network is looking for, qualified volunteers that we trust. So there are admin opportunities at the World Crypto Network to help us out, make descriptions, make thumbnails for our videos. You can help us out a lot. Several people are already volunteering, and I sure as hell need volunteers. I need to get back to all of my interns. But yeah, so YouTube Red will not show you the ads, and the content creators do get a piece from your subscription to YouTube Red. A fraction of that does go to us if you watch our videos. Okay, next. All right, I have a big monitor, guys. It clearly isn't big enough because there's just so much that needs to be seen at the same time. If BCash has 4,493 network nodes, no, it does not. That can't possibly be true. I'm gonna fact check this right now. That seems just unreasonable. Do they really have that many nodes? Cash.coins.dance doesn't know how many nodes it has. All right, let's see if the parent site does. Let's go to coin.dance. Nodes. Let's see what's going on here. So we have 775 Bitcoin ABC nodes. I don't know if these are also the nodes for BCash. I have no idea what the hell these things are still doing. I guess someone forgot to turn off their AWS. So I'm not sure where that number is coming from. Someone said they had 4,493 nodes. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's coming from. That's the network hash rate. Oh, I'm sorry, network hash rate. I've been up pretty much all night. Sorry about that. That's 4493 network hash rate. That's I'm not sure what that means actually. So I guess that's the total network hash rate. So via BTC is contributing 77 petahash out of 4,493 petahash. That does not seem right. This would imply that the via BTC hash rate is like 75 or 80% the size of the Bitcoin hash rate, and I don't believe that at all. I'm sorry, guys, I just don't. I'm not sure what active means. Maybe that means active nodes. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't trust YBTC at all. I mean, to me it feels like they lie all the time. I don't know what this number means, but if you think that Bcash's hash rate is like 80% or 75% of Bitcoin hash rate, maybe you're the one that has been staying up all night and smoking God knows what. That's just crazy talk. All right, next. Well, it's not why it's worth more, right? I mean, look. Okay, yeah, I should have read that full question. I mean, this is complete bullshit, right? If the hash rate of Bitcoin Cash was 80 or 75% of Bitcoin's hash rate, and then you go to this, and you see that they haven't mined a block in over an hour, probably going on 2 hours now. They haven't been able to mine a block. Well, where's their last? Oh God, even that's this. Let's go back. Where am I here? Yeah. So they haven't been able to mine a block in 2 hours, and their difficulty has grossly adjusted to the downside. Last time we had Jimmy on in the morning, he said there's been multiple 20% adjustments in their difficulty. So I have no idea where they're at now, but the difficulty of BCash is probably lower than 50% the difficulty of Bitcoin. So if this metric, that I can't even pull up anymore, if that metric was remotely true, they should be, pumping out these blocks like rabbits. I mean, they should be popping out of there like every 5 minutes or something, or even less, every 2 minutes. So that's clearly, and look, via BTC's down. I mean, anyway, this is okay. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, their difficulty is down like crazy. They should be pumping out blocks every 30 seconds, and they haven't mined a block in 2 hours. So I mean, you do the math, and I'm not even a miner. I could be wrong here, but that's just my logical reasoning at work. Okay, next. I assume if the S&P has a significant pullback, you would look at the massive buying opportunity. What would you buy? I would mostly buy the S&P 500 or the tech sector. I am very bullish the tech sector. I think Tesla is going to take over cars, if not Tesla, Tesla's competitor. I think Amazon is going to take over manufacturing and all delivering. I think Netflix is going to take over all streaming unless Amazon has something to say about it. I'm not exactly sure what Apple's going to do. People are telling me they're going into augmented reality or something. I'm not into VR, guys. So my gaming days are long behind me. I think I turned 15 and they were behind me. But I still play the Super Nintendo because I have the old school Super Nintendo when I go to my cabin. Maybe I'll live stream that one day, playing Super Nintendo at the cabin. I think that would be a fun live stream. If you guys want to see that, I'll send out a Twitter poll. No, don't tweet at me telling me you want to see it. I'll send out a Twitter poll and I'll find out if people want to see me and a couple of people playing like Street Fighter 2 or something, or some of my other favorite games, like Contra 3, the Alien Wars, or Turtles in Time. So there's definitely some cool games for the SNES. Maybe I'll turn my YouTube channel into like a personal, having fun channel if I ever have fun again. Let's get Bitcoin to 10,000, and then you'll see Tone smiling again. Man, I was so happy for like 2 days. There was like this 2-day window. There was this amazing 2-day window, just like 2 days when we got SegWit, and like the Bitcoin price went up like $600 that day. I was like happier than a pig in shit. All right. And that lasted into a second day, and then boom, here come the big blockers. Here comes the hard fork, and then it's back to staying up all night, freaking doing research, doing all this work, and bringing you guys more content. All right. But anyway, hey, it is what it is. We're working with what we can in the best way we can, and this is where we are. All right. I'm at 500 live viewers. My live viewership has definitely gone down. I completely blame the Bitcoin network. Oh, man, they stole all my viewers. I don't know. I'm going to have to do something about them. But no, I'm just kidding, of course. You're going to see me on there more and more often. I really enjoy making content with those guys. And we're going to try and bring you more and better content. All right. I don't even know where I was headed with this. The S&P 500. I would just buy the tech sector, guys. I mean, I'm so bullish the tech sector. God, I can't wait for self-driving cars. It's going to be massacre, though. I mean, the trucking and transportation is the #1 employer in the world, especially in the U.S. It's definitely the #1 employer. All those jobs will be gone And the tech sector is where it is. It really, really is. I'm not all that optimistic on space travel, though. We'll see. We're kind of overdue for a really, really bad natural disaster. My geology degree is starting to creep up on me again. Maybe it'll be time for another career change that goes full circle, puts me back in geology and puts me back on geological and archaeological expeditions. But hey, I have a YouTube channel. Maybe I can stream those. Anybody want to see me like dig around dirt looking for fossilized shark teeth? Still have some, probably on the shelf behind me. You know what? Hey, speaking of which, there you go. Probably my best find right there. I found this in Utah. My professor that was with us on that trip, like he almost went nuts. He said this is actually a very unique piece. If I called up the Museum of Natural History, he said they would probably be interested, though I'm not sure what I would get for that. Probably just my name under it saying that I found it. I believe this is a gypsum crystal, and it's just like the way it came out. It was just like really, really cool. And it's fairly unique, and it's just in growing inside of other calcite crystals. Yeah, I got other neat stuff. Pretty much everything I found myself. All right, let's move on with the questions. What's the real difference between a share and a coin in this market? Well, a share is generally reserved as a term of a security, and Bitcoin is on record as not a security. Ethereum, I believe, is a security. So if you have Ethereum, you actually have a share in the Ethereum platform that they just created out of thin air and just sold it to you before it even existed. And if you're holding other stuff, you can be called them a share. Bitcoin is a straight up peer-to-peer currency, like Satoshi said it was. So I personally would not call Bitcoin a share. I would call Bitcoin a value, I guess a value transfer digital token, however you like to call it. But yeah, but I'm sure there is an actual financial definition of the word share. How many trades do you typically do in a day? Okay, so that's an awesome question. So I trade seasonally. I trade earnings season in the tech sector. I want the highest volatility tech sector, and I trade earnings. I have been so busy live streaming that this earnings season that is ending right now, I have it on my calendar. Like if I move my camera, this is like a doxing waiting to happen. Let me see. Nope, I'm actually not going to move my camera because I actually have the stocks that I trade on that calendar. And the last thing I need to do is dox my actual trading strategy. So that ain't happening. But looking at my calendar, I have this earnings season as marked ending on August 11th. Hey, August 11th. So on my calendar, earnings season ends August 11th. I normally trade earnings season. In last earnings season, I made about 15 trades. The earnings season before that, I made about 20 trades. The earnings season before that, I was making like 30 trades. This earnings season, because of this damn hard fork, I did one trade. Just one trade. I think one or two people know because I was in California while this trade was going on. I basically did the most amount of thinking on, okay, I have no time to trade and diversify. I have a strategy that can be applied to multiple stocks during earnings season. And during multiple, I can play the stocks multiple times during earnings season. These are direction neutral strategies involving options. Very complicated shit. I decided to narrow everything down to just one trade. One trade. I did not diversify. I picked my best trade out of, well, if I was not a content creator, I would diversify across about 40 trades over the 3-week span, 3 to 4 week span. I put everything into one trade. My entire retirement account, which isn't that big, guys. I'm not that big. It's above day trader status, so it's above $25,000 in my retirement account, but not much more than that. I stayed to the minimum, guys. I stayed to the minimums, and put my entire account on this one trade, and I made 15% in a week. You don't have to believe me. I'm not going to prove myself, but I have narrowed it down to just one trade. That was probably not a good idea. That was probably not the smartest decision. If I have more time next earnings season, I will try to at least diversify it across 5 trades. And also, if those 5 trades aren't conflicting with each other, then I can do let's say 3 trades and break my account third, and then I can do 2 more trades 50-50. But yeah, well, after I entered the trade, there was literally $300 left for me to play with in that account. So that's my trading. And someone told me a long time ago, a really senior professional trader, he said, the hardest thing to do in trading is not to trade. It really is the hardest. Discipline and not to trade is one of the hardest things to do. So we'll see. I have no idea if my strategy is. Actually, I know my strategy is not scalable. It will not scale. I will never be able to make 15% on one trade if there is $200,000 in this portfolio. The only reason why I was able to do it is because the portfolio is small, the stock is somewhat illiquid, and I am so familiar with some of these stocks, way more familiar than most of the professionals that think they know what they're doing. So I have advantages there. This strategy does not scale, and I can't. If I tell even one other person, I might as well pack it up. And these are the kinds of advantages you need if you want to be a successful trader. But everything I teach you guys in this YouTube video is how I started out, and you want to get to the point where you have your own strategies, your own ideas, your own uniqueness, and your own specialty. That's where you want to get to. It took me about 10 to 15 years to get there. So if you think it's coming because you just got here and you started trading crypto, sorry guys, it's not. I know I've put in way more than I got to count the hours. Whatever they say is at 10,000 hours or 40,000 hours, you need to be an expert at something. I have spent way beyond that thinking and playing around with option strategies. That was always my domain, and that was the prime reason why I quit my job, thinking I can just be able to do that profitably. But content creation is a more interesting and fun calling. All right, next question. I'm going off topic again. Since Coinbase and Poloniex did not split the coins, are there more forever lost coin on the BCH chain than on the BTC chain? And the answer to that is maybe, an absolute maybe. It depends. It's one thing for Coinbase and Poloniex saying they're not going to do it, and it's another thing for Coinbase and Poloniex burning the ability to split those coins tomorrow. Remember, I thought this thing would be under $5 by today. And last night, I went and split a couple of coins in order to get the BCash, mostly because I wanted to see the process, and I wanted to tell you guys how it can be done and if it's safe and if it's doable. So if I was able to do it with absolutely zero intention of doing so, I have to assume that the people running Coinbase and Poloniex are more competent than me when it comes to Bitcoin technology and Bitcoin security and all that other crap that I honestly don't want to deal with, and God forbid deal with it for other people. So if they're grossly irresponsible, then yes, it's burned forever. But if they're remotely responsible, they can still give people their they're forked coins. Okay, so that's what I'll say. Oh God, the questions just don't end. So okay, you know what? I have other people hitting me up on Skype. Let me see if I have a question here. Okay, it's people IMing me on Skype, telling me they're watching my streams from yesterday on World Crypto Network. So that's actually kind of funny. Instead of watching me live right now, people are texting me telling me they're watching me yesterday. So I think that's funny, but I don't know if you guys do. All right, next. So at the end, oh God, I actually have a call right now. Sorry guys, can't do this. I lost track of time. It is 3 p.m. I literally have a call coming in, and it's one of the consulting calls, and I have to take it. And I realized it right before. Thank you very much for watching. Please donate, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.